counselor for today. Thank you again for booking my session. May you introduce yourself first?
My name is Amir.
Right, Amir. May I call you Amir, or do you prefer calling you Hazim?
Either way is fine.
Okay, I'll call you Amir if that's okay with you. So how are you today? Have you had your breakfast,
Yes, I have had my breakfast.
Okay, good. How did you come here? Did you drive here, take the bus or something?
Yes. I drive here.
How's the traffic today?
No, it's not that bad. It's just this.
Okay. I also didn't have that much trouble coming here today with the traffic. So, before we begin, I wanted to ask you, have you been in a counseling session before? And do you actually know or understand what counseling is?
No, I've never been to counseling before, and I don't know what counseling is. It's my first time.
Okay, it's okay. For you to take the first step to come here and do your first counseling session is already a good thing for you to do, and a very brave thing for you to do. So, I would like to explain a bit to you what counseling is. So, counseling is basically a session, a process for you to have your own self-exploration. You will be reflecting more towards yourself and understanding yourself much better. And in the case of, since counseling session is not necessarily that you need to have a problem for you to have a counseling session. Like I said, it's more of a process for you to understand yourself better. So in the case where, if let's say during the session you realize that you have your own problems and such, we might be able to help you, and I will guide you to set some goal settings for you to maybe find a solution, or maybe find a way to overcome your problems or your challenges. Will that be okay?
Yes.
Do you have any questions?
No, it's fine.
Right. So, firstly, I will give you this privacy confidentiality document where I will need you to sign, but before that I will explain to you about the privacy and confidentiality. So, in this document, it states that if you are in the case of harming yourself or harming others or me, or in the case of you are planning to, I will have to break this privacy and confidentiality. But in the case of none of this will happen, everything that you said here and everything that we talk and discuss together here will be kept here and will not be shared or be publicized. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
Do you have any questions on this privacy?
No.
If that's okay with you, you can sign. So, I would like to ask you, do you know, since I already explained a bit about what counseling is, do you know what's the role between a counselor and also a client?
No, I don't know. You may explain it to me.
Alright, so me as a counselor, I'm here to guide you. I'm here to listen to all your problems or all your stories and whatever you are facing, regardless whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm here for you as a listener, and also for you to have more guidance, and I'll be your guide now, basically. So your role as a client is for you to be transparent and honest with me in your stories and also your problems, and do ask if there's any questions or any clarification that you need. Okay, for our time and duration for each session, it will be around 45 minutes to an hour, and the sessions, I will customize it after this session. I will see how many sessions we will need. Maybe it can go up to 6, maybe it can go up to 8, but maybe it can also be less. So depending on what happened today, I will customize it, and I will inform you each time when we want to schedule the next session. Okay. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, if it's alright with you, we will begin. So I would like to ask you, what makes you decide to come here today?
So it's mainly related to family problems. In my opinion, I don't know about others, but in my opinion, it's related to family problems.
What do you mean by, in your opinion, that it's
don't think the problem that I'm facing right now is actually that big. Some people think it's just a small thing. So I don't know what whether I'm facing right now is actually something big or maybe something small. I don't know.
So you've talked about this with some other people, and most people are seeing it as not big of a problem, but you yourself feel like it's actually a big problem for you, is it?
Yes. In the long term, I think if this problem keep going on, lebih lama rasanya akan jadi lagi teruk lah. Kalau that's why I datang sini hari ni untuk somehow get the gist of what actually I'm facing right now, at least.
So usually what do you hear from others bila you share your problem, this family problem with others? Because you told me that mostly they feel like it's not such a big problem, but what was their reaction also?
Their reaction was just macam okay, tak boleh nak buat apa, benda tu jadi kat semua orang. Ada orang mengalami benda yang sama, ada orang tak. So saya macam okay, fine, if that's what you guys said, maybe I'll just have to deal with this for the time being. But as time goes on, I think that this problem, I'm already 23, so I know that if this problem keeps going on in the long term, it will have some effect on me.
So it's a good thing that you feel like you actually realize that this problem might be something that can hit you slowly, maybe in the future or maybe in the long run. So if I may, so what kind of problem are you actually facing with your family, per se?
Actually, it's about my big sister, who's 2 years older than me. The problem is we are not really getting along with each other. So I think it has been going on for a long time already, sejak dari kecil lagi sampai sekarang. Even saya dengan dia pun tak berkomunikasi begitu banyak, dan mostly our communication end up in problems, like a fight.
Usually when you communicate with your sister, having a conversation with your sister will always lead to a fight or an argument.
Yes, you will end up in an argument, and she will be the one who started first, because I tak rasa I'm that bad of a brother to her. So far, I've never done anything, but I don't know. She tends to like rage baiting me into getting mad somehow. Ada je yang dia cakap yang boleh buatkan saya ni marah. Like as a brother, I think that's what end up us in that situation. We always end up in an argument.
Is it not just you feeling anger, but you are actually also feeling confused on actually why she's doing this?
Yes.
Have you ever tried to consider on maybe finding reasons on why your sister is doing this? What do you think is the reason why your sister is doing this?
Benda je bilang daripada dulu dia. So saya rasa saya akan go back daripada awal ni, sebab saya dulu daripada kecil, waktu saya lahir saya tak tinggal dengan mak saya, dekat mak kandung saya tinggal dengan caretaker, sebab waktu tu ibu saya tak dapat nak menjaga saya dan kakak saya. Waktu tu she's having a hard time taking care of both of us as she's going through study. She's now a teacher. She's currently a math teacher, but back then she was still studying to become a teacher. So when my sister was born, she has to take care of her. But then 2 years after that, yeah, she's still in her practical phase, doing her practical. So saya dijadikan sebagai she cannot take care of me. You know, the situation doesn't allow her to, so she has to do something, which is put me in the caretaker, so that I'll be with my what I consider as my mom, another mom. But yeah, since she has been with my mom for a long time, I think my parents are probably involved somehow. I don't know. She's been kind of the favorite child, you know. Yeah, the love that she has poured into her is not the same that the love that she has poured into me. Because as I grew up, bila dah duduk balik dengan mak, dalam duduk dengan ketika dalam beberapa tahun je, tak ingat bila berapa tahun, tapi lepas dah duduk dengan mak balik, I can see that she's my favorite child, you know, because she's academically intelligent than me, she's wiser than me. While meanwhile, I was a playful child. I was just a wild, playful child.
More of a sports person.
Yes, I'm more sports person actually. Yes, I'm more sports person. Yeah, I play sports. I'm not into that academic much, because when I live with my caretaker, they let me discover a lot of things. You know, be adventurous child, do whatever you want. It's not as living with a teacher mom. You know what I'm saying? So jadi macam tu lah. Dia bila dah besar ni, I can see that back then masa belajar, masa sekolah rendah, sekolah menengah, they never really put any kind of expectation of me on me, like the expectation. Like if I lulus, kalau lulus A, okay. Kalau lulus subjek ni, okay. Tapi kalau sports pun tak ada encouragement. Encouragement for to go further. So sepanjang saya hidup maintain the balance between my academic and my sports life, sebab tak ada expectation for both of them. Meanwhile, my sister, she has the full encouragement to go pursue her academy.
So most of the time your expectations with your parents mostly is just basically just the bottom line of it. So bila you are pursuing your academics or pursuing sports, do you feel like you don't really give your 100%?
Yes.
Because when you don't have any expectation for you to aim for.
Betul. Saya tak ada rasa kalau dapat 5A UPSR, dapat 6A UPSR pun tak ada apa-apa yang diorang puji saya. Benda ni jadi waktu saya dapat 6A, tapi matematik saya dapat E, lulus. D lulus. Tapi dalam banyak-banyak yang 6A tu, D tu juga yang mak saya tekan kepada saya kenapa dapat D. Like how come the treatment is different? Sebab my sister pun ada dia dapat B, sometimes dia dapat B, sometimes dia dapat C. Tapi saya tak pernah nampak pula parents saya cakap macam tu kat dia.
So mostly sebab you've grown up with your caretaker mostly, but your sister is staying with your parents. So you see that there's a gap lah, the difference between the love and the attention given to you and also your sister. So do you actually feel like maybe what your sister is doing to you, your so-called race baiting, is actually maybe not so much of a big problem, but it's just actually a part of you that feeling jealous and anger towards your sister itself?
Yes.
So rather than it's actually a big problem, you feel like it's a big problem because it's something deep within you. You feel like the jealousy towards your sister and the anger towards your sister, where your parents giving more attention towards your sister rather than you, that you feel like maybe such a small matter turns out into a big matter.
You know, it's not more to jealousy. It's more like anger actually, more to anger issue, because I've never been angered before. I never known what the feeling of anger before. I never been so mad at people. I'm the type to. I'm a calm person. I know myself. I can hold myself back from becoming mad at other people. Tapi for some reason, when it comes to my sister, it's easily trigger me. Whatever she say is easily trigger me, even though it's just a small thing. So that's why I say it's kind of like rage baiting. You know, she knows that I'm not close with her. She knows that I'm basically somehow will take her words face value. So kadang-kadang benda tu bila dia dah rage saya marah, then my parents become mad at me for saying some curse word. I mean, why? It's not the one who started. I'm not the one who started. She's the one who started.
Do you think that the problem is not really from your sister, but it's actually your relationship with your parents?
No, I don't think it's because now that I'm 23, I don't think it's the relationship with my parents. It's more like my personal relationship with them. It was tak pernah dibina. Relationship yang tak pernah dibina. And then we are always hating each other. So whatever I do, she will somehow orang kata apa, macam apa-apa yang saya buat macam ni tak kena, something is wrong. And then bila saya marah, then my parents become mad at me.
Do you feel like you are actually trying to baik kembali a relationship with your sister?
Yes.
Or is it something that you feel like you don't want to fix?
If possible, now that I'm older, only 23 years old, and my sister also is getting married a couple of years after this. Now she has a boyfriend, and then they plan to get married later. I don't want to become a brother that what she thought I would be, because I think she knows that I am hating on her. She knows that saya tak suka dia, tapi saya tak nak orang lain tahu yang saya ni abang jahat, brother, adik yang jahat lah pada kakak. Saya tak nak orang tahu, because so far I've tried to hold myself back from actually fighting with her, but you know it's hard because dia tak bagi saya peluang untuk saya relax. There's always something wrong. Yeah, I got to see something wrong. Sometimes kalau if I come, let's say for example, she's in the kitchen. I was already at the kitchen. I was sitting at the table, and I was playing my phone. She will come to the kitchen and take some food. Then she told me to get the fuck out. You know, like belah dah duduk tempat tu. And then that we just, I was like, what? Why? There's so many chairs left. Ada banyak lagi kursi yang duduk je lah. Apa masalah? Tak nak, dia kata dia duduk sini. Dia kata dia tempat dia. And then I was like, tak ada nama kau pun kat kursi ni. Mana nama kau tak boleh pun. Lepas tu dia nak duduk juga. Lepas tu bila dah mula bergaduh-gaduh, okay, my parents come, suddenly I was the one at fault, because I've been sitting there for too long.
So you feel like every situation, every argument that you have with your sister will always end up with you getting scolded by your parents?
Yes, I will always lose. So now that I'm older, I don't mind. Actually, I don't mind that I'm losing our fight and argument, whatever. You can blame me. It's okay. It's okay for my parents to reprimand me for anything that I've done, anything wrong that I've done. I don't mind. Tapi I just want her to know that I'm trying to fix this, and I'm not making myself look bad. I don't want to make myself look bad to other people. Let's say for example, in the future when she get married with her boyfriend, I don't want their side of family to think of me as a bad brother. I want that side of family to think of myself as a brother that is a real brother, you know, a real sibling. I don't want people to think that I'm the bad one.
So you feel like to this point you feel like you really want to fix your relationship with your sister, but do you think that you have done anything for you to actually have a progress to fix this relationship with your
Yes,
sister?
of course. Yes, of course.
Can you give an example?
One time, me and her, kita orang berdua dari Asia. So, the responsibility of mine and her should be the same, because we had like what 3 more. Saya ada 3 adik yang kecil bawah saya, 3 orang lagi bawah saya. So all of them are studying, and they are studying very far. Ada seorang kat Safwan, seorang kat Melaka, basically very far. So the job of sending them to their school, the job of going to the market to buy some stuff, or maybe the job to basically use the car since you have a license, I think it should be equal. Like my sister can also go to market and buy stuff. She got a license, but why always me? I have always been the child that need to do everything. But it's okay. I do it because I understand she's a girl. If there's something dangerous might happen to her. But at the time when I am busy with myself, because I am also studying, while she at home not working because she has done her studying, why should I be the one to do all those things? I think it's not fair. Before, when she's studying, I can understand. She studied, so she won't have time to actually send our brothers and sisters. My brothers and sisters will need that to go to their schools. I understand that she cannot go to the market because she have to do her assignments. Now, back then I take that work. I put myself in that position. I volunteer myself to do that work. I do this, I do that, I do this, I do that. Whatever my parents told me to, I do this, I do that. Even though I give a counter argument that my sister also can do it when I'm busy. But no, they want me to do it because in their defense, she's a girl. That's fine. So I feel like, okay, fine, I will do it. I can do it. But please understand, I'm also a human. I'm also your child. When I go to study, I cannot do all this. I cannot go back home just to send my little brothers and sisters to their school.
So you feel like the burden or basically the kerja lah, the work should have been properly balanced out between you and your sister. But you feel like she's creating excuses, but also your parents are helping and supporting her excuses for you to actually be the one who take this responsibility as a brother.
But that was a couple of years ago. Now I am 23. And she's already 25. She was already about to get married. But still, I'm the one who do that job. Because it's already like a normalization thing. It's a normal thing for us to do it.
Is it because the expectation already been put on you?
Yes.
To take this responsibility?
Of course, definitely.
Or maybe do you think that your parents and also your sister included trust you more for you to do this, take this responsibility?
I don't think she ever made any trust in me. Because if she has trust in me, she will let her use her cup. But she never let me. She has a cup. she never let me use it. So if she trusts me that much, she will let me use her car. I don't need to use my mom's car because my mom comes with the old car. She got the new car. But if she trusts me to pick up my siblings, she will give me the keys already. But no, instead of understanding the position that I'm at, she chose not to care at all. It's like a normal thing for me to do. So everything, every work that, every chores inside the house, I have to do it. Because I'm basically the man of the house. The eldest brother. But she's the eldest sister. But you know, when they want equality, I don't think this is the case.
So, you told me before that you actually tried to maybe amend this relationship with your sister. So, what have you actually done, or both of you have actually done together to maybe fix this relationship between you guys?
I don't think she realized what actually. I don't think she realized that I'm trying to fix it, because she should already know by now that we are both old, that I have been holding myself back. She should already be wrong. Every time we argue, I don't get mad. I just excuse myself and go to my room. Every time we have an argument, every time we have a fight, I don't extend it. Pergaduhan tu tak berpanjangan. Saya stop situ, saya keluar.
So you feel like in your age, so your sister's age, patutnya she already understand what you feel towards her.
Yes.
But if you were in her shoes, in her basically perangai and behavior, do you think that you yourself will realize that?
Yes. If I was in his shoes, I would probably understand that I have already taken all this responsibility on me. My brother already took all this responsibility on himself. Why do we have to still argue at home?
Have you ever actually tried to talk about this with your sister?
No.
So,
Because, like I said,
how can you assume that this is how she feels?
because every time we start to talk, we end up in argument. So what's the point of talking?
Who will always start the argument every time you try to talk? And how many times actually you've tried to talk about this with your sister?
Even simple thoughts can lead to an argument. Like I said, I was sitting, I'm doing nothing. But why she have to argue with me? Let's say, for example, if after I eat, I will go to the sink and I will wash my dishes. But why would she have to tell me to wash the dishes like I have never washed my dishes before? Basuh pinggan tu jangan letak aje. Lepas tu kau makan letak aje. Has she been watching me the whole day? It's basically ridiculous. She's trying to start a fight with me.
Do you think that maybe since you feel like you already have an expectation or your own pandangan basically towards your sister, that actually is the reason why you cannot actually talk to your sister properly? Because you already feel like and assume that your sister will rage bait you and will start the fight.
Yeah. I feel like, she's 35. She's academically intelligent more than me. She already has a degree while I'm still doing mine. So she should be the one. She should be the one who understands better. What is the point of my parents pour all these resources on her for her to finish her study and get her degree, but she cannot even initiate, or maybe she cannot even understand that I'm trying to initiate to fix our relationship while being older than me. She's 25. That's 2 years older than me. She's been living with my mom since I was a kid. While I was somehow being put to caretaker before I live with my mom. So she should be more understanding of how our or what's the problem between us. The least she can do is shut her mouth when I am in her presence. That's all. That's all I'm asking. The least she can do. But no. Every time we are sitting at the same table, every time we are sitting together, there is something wrong that she's not comfortable with me. Let's say for example, if there's only both of us sitting at the table at the kitchen and we are both eating. But I've been eating first, and then she will sit for not more than 10 seconds, and then she'll be like, "Ish, semak ah, ambil ingat belah, makan dalam ni." What have I done? I'm just eating, man.
Have you ever actually tried asking her why she is acting like that towards you? Rather than just making assumptions on why she's doing it. Have you ever actually asked her why you like this? Even if it leads to a confrontation, but have you ever actually tried to ask her?
Yes, but only once. Only once.
If you don't mind, what did she say?
Nothing. Nothing, and she moved away. I asked her, apa masalah kau? Then dia tutup peti ais, dia gerak.
So have you ever considered that the way you ask and how you ask and the statement that you give to her is actually confronting rather than asking?
Yes.
Have you ever considered that most of the time you try to talk with your sister about your situation with her, your relationship with her, where maybe you want to discuss on how to make it better or you want to understand each other better, so on and so forth? Have you ever considered that maybe the way you ask, or maybe the way your sister asks, in a way that maybe she's also in a situation where she wants to amend your relationship with her relationship with you, but you are also in a situation where you have your own assumptions and your own expectation towards her that you cannot realize that she's doing it, and also the situation where your sister also cannot realize that you're actually doing it.
So at some point in time in my life, when I grew older, basically before we used to argue all the time. Now when I'm older, I've already started to calm down. I've already started to ignore all her trigger words, whatever she said to me. I've started to not taking those wish back. And then when I try to fix it with her, or maybe I confront her about this, I did it at the time when both of you can actually think. You know what I'm saying? Like at the time we are already like 20 or maybe 19 something. 20, 19, maybe at the age where we both already close to being an adult. So she could actually fix it at the time. She could have come forward while I'm already at the front. She can already come forward and actually talk about it with me. We share some problems. Like I said, when I confront her, apa masalah kau? Kecil-kecil gaduh je. That's when we are already like at the age where we both can actually amend our relationship. But since she chose not to say anything, and then the way that her body language said that I don't want to talk to you, I feel like she looked down on my effort.
Do you realize that this whole time, whenever we talk about your situation in terms of you want to talk to your sister or any situation regarding your sister, it's mostly you give me assumptions.
I don't think you said an assumption to me.
Where I'm sorry, but you realize that you are making assumptions towards your sister, where you assume that she doesn't want to talk to you. You assume that she feels the type of way towards you. Although sometimes she does do it actually, like one you talk about in the kitchen, like she's like, get out, something like that. But every time when I ask you on what you've tried to do, or what is your sister thinking, and have you ever thought of maybe your sister is trying to amend this, or maybe trying to understand it also, but she cannot do it properly, you always give me solutions. Did you notice that?
No, because I don't think it's an assumption to me. I think that it's already, I'm the one who experienced that, so I think that I know what, like I said, I don't get mad at people. So I study people very clearly. I know when people get mad. I know when people don't like me. That's why I'm the type of person who are not the one to instigate something. I'm not the type of person, but I observe people that wants to instigate something with me. So I know when someone didn't like me. I can feel the aura that she's emitting when we both met our eyes. It's like she disliked me to talk, even talking to me. But still, I was fine with that. When I asked her, even when I asked her, is it so hard for you? Susah sangat ke nak bercakap? You know what she said? Pergi mampus. And then this pergi mampus words has already been spoken to me every time we have an argument since we were kids. Pergi mampus, pergi mampus, pergi mampus. So I don't think it's an assumption anymore when we are already at this age. If we were kids, yes, maybe it's an assumption. But now that we are older, do I have to keep myself for that? I don't think so. I know she's being maybe she's being childish. But the way she's wording that, it's like she don't respect me at all. She look down on me. Pergi mampus, pergi mampus. Every time it all ends with the same sentences.
So in your situation, although it is considered as assumptions, but you do feel that your assumptions towards her is correct.
Yes.
And you don't feel some type of the way, or there's a possibility that it might be wrong. Your assumption towards her might be wrong.
No.
Right?
Yes.
So how do you feel about your situation with your sister right now, actually? Because it's something that you didn't explain further. Because for now, what you've been telling me is that you only feel like you've matured enough and grown enough to not fight back.
Yes.
And you do feel some type of way of wanting to amend your relationship with your sister, and also to basically take care of your image and your family image, especially after maybe in the future your sister get married.
Yes.
So what do you actually feel? Is it more towards anger, jealousy?
Right now, I want to. What I feel right now is like things already been done. We have already fight for long enough. If she don't want to amend or fight with me, I think that taking a step back from actually being involved in her life is better. What I mean by that is, right now our situation is we barely talking. As most of the time I will avoid her.
So you feel like it's better for you right now to take a step back and give her space first
Yes.
before you actually try to make an amendment of your relationship.
No, I think it's better that we both take a step back until she get married, so that she can live with her life with her husband while not thinking about me at all. I think it's better that she learn herself. But I just want her to realize that I've been trying my best to fix it. But now I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know what steps should I take. I don't know what else should I have done when all our confrontation, all our talk end up with me having to kill myself. So I think it's better that she go away first, go away with her life, live her life how she wants it.
So in your current state right now, rather than feeling anger, jealousy, hatred,
I feel detached.
but you feel that you are actually not just detached, but actually just giving up.
Yes, I'm going to give up on trying to confront her. Now I want to do something for myself so that my mission to be detached from her is successful. That's all.
So have you ever tried talking about this with your parents? About your relationship with your sister?
No.
Why is it? Is it because you feel like they will favor your sister more? Or is
No.
it because you have sense of you feel afraid to talk about this with your parents? Or she?
More like I don't want to burden them. Yeah. When I see they are having a hard time taking care of my sister and when we both were born. When I think back again and again and again many times before I start my argument with them, I feel like it's just a burden talking to them about this. At this point, it's just a burden.
Have you ever considered talking to them?
No, I consider to selfish myself as the other son.
So, do you think that maybe your sister talked about this with your parents?
No, because she's an introvert person, an introvert to the core. So she mostly stays up in her room. Like I said, she will even take her food to go to eat in her room. So she prefers to be in her room most of the time, as she don't have as much friend as I have. Because everywhere I go, I will make new friends. Middle school, elementary school, kindergarten, high school, university, I make friends. And all these friends will come at my house during Hari Raya. Yes, I will make an open house. So all of this will come. There will be a lot of people. But none of her friends come. Because she also admits herself that she don't have that many friends.
What do you think your sister feels towards that? Towards you having more friends rather than her having more friends? Maybe having the same amount or at least have a friend.
One time, when I have a lot of friends that come into my house during our Hari Raya, she said, Semak lah kawan kau banyak ni.
So in some ways, do you think she feels jealous?
Most of the time, I choose not to think about it. I choose to ignore her. Yeah, that's why I call rating. She's trying to ignite an argument with me, but most of the time, I choose to dismiss it. So, she can think whatever she wants to think, but I don't want to get involved with her play, with her game.
So you feel like her reaction towards you and in that situation you feel like she's trying to reach big
Yes.
rather than just giving her own comments.
Yes.
So I realized that throughout our session, sometimes you feel like you want to amend your relationship with your sister, but sometimes also you feel like you don't want to.
Yes.
But also a little bit you feel like you've given up. So I apologize since our time is almost up. So for this next week, if you are still free during the same time, is it okay with you to have a next session on during the same time, same date? So
Sure.
Okay. So I would like you to take this 1 week to actually reflect on what actually is it that you want with your relationship with your sister. And also I want you to actually try to be in your sister's shoe and try to see in her perspective. Although I won't say that you need to make assumptions, but try to understand what she actually feels towards you in terms of not just you set up your own mind that she hates you. Maybe you can try to find the good things between you and her, maybe some good times between you and her if that's possible. And also take this time to reflect on what is it that you want. Is it really that you want to push on and try to amend this relationship, or is it actually you feel like you want to take a step back? Sure. So before we end this session, do you have any more questions, anything you want to let out first?
I just want to know, what did you think when you heard about my story?
Well,
Honestly,
because in this space, don't worry, I will always be honest. So honestly, I feel like you want to make this amendment and make your relationship with your sister better, but at the same time, you cannot stop focusing on her in a bad way. So what I mean is that you keep on seeing her as a bad way, in a bad way, and you assume that she always thinks bad of you. So it actually, in some ways, stop you from actually taking that first step. And it also makes you, whenever you confront her, rather than doing it properly or doing it in a safe space, you actually, rather than confront, you're more attacking her. That's my opinion. But also, I would like you to also reflect on the consideration of maybe reaching out to someone else for help, like your parents, because when I asked you about this, you said that you want to settle this on your own. But if you think about it properly, if you want to settle this on your own, why do you think you come here and see me? You said you're actually looking for help. So, anything else you want to add on this?
no. I think okay. It was nice. It has been interesting talking to you. So I think that I kind of figure out what should I do next, and I would like to have another session, and I'll be waiting for this next session. I can't wait to have another talk with you to talk about this or whatever my reflection and position on this.
Alright, so if it's all good with you, later on I will send you a confirmation email or letter or message to confirm our next session. Same day, which is on Tuesday at 3 o'clock. It's okay with you? Next week. Okay. So take this time to reflect and think about this.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.